Hi Capricorn, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2015, and every year at this time the Sun comes into a fellow Earth sign, that's Taurus, and therefore supports your Earth sign, Sun sign energies very, very well. So we have actually the Sun as the month kicks off and until the beginning of the fourth week in kind of party mood really. And also we have Mars there as well up until the 12th. So definitely for nearly half the month you have a lot of power and energy in the area of, call it the party house or the house of fun. But it is also other things. It's to do with promotions, it's to do with performance, it's to do with theatre, art, creativity, children, and just interests that you have which bring out that competitive side, that maybe entrepreneurial side. So the Sun and Mars are very much supporting any of you who are involved in anything which demands those kinds of attributes, really. But Mercury is being very serious, very busy, very practical, working very hard. That's you working hard through speaking, writing, you dealing with lots and lots of little details. Thoughts could revolve around maintenance, repairs as well, that kind of thing. Mundane, every day, you know, every day there's things to do, and the mechanics of how something's working or how you'd like it to work better. So really this is the area of the stitch in time saves 9, and you very much getting things evened out, things more organized in the way that you'd like. That's the idea behind it. But Mercury is doing a couple of things that you should know about. First of all, Mercury is opposing Saturn in the first week. So that means there will be a lot on your mind, and maybe mentally you might be slightly downbeat there. So having to push back against that Saturn energy, which is always quite heavy no matter what planet it's going over. So that's in the first week, and you could be working harder through communications, lists, schedules, paperwork, and the like. And then there's the gap until Mercury goes retrograde from the 19th. And as you may or may not know, Mercury retrograde times, which last about 3 weeks, are when Mercury gets on a go slow. So Mercury stuff is communications, it's travel, transport, it is connections with others, and Mercury is in this very practical area, as I mentioned, this maintenance orientated area, excuse me. And then Mercury going retrograde means that you have to push against some kind of resistance there. But the thing that the advantage of Mercury retrograde time is because it slows Mercury energies down, and so we don't get the comeback to us as easily and as smoothly as maybe we expect normally, or somebody else has a problem with it and so it has to be redone, or those sorts of things, you know, rethought, reinvented, reorganized, and maybe you got to get your head around a lot of stuff. So the advantage is that during the go slow we can be more thorough, and if we're more thorough, and Capricorn, you like thorough, if we're more thorough, then that stands us in good stead for the future, for the time to come, and you can really be happy that you have set things in place to get things running the way you prefer. Also, this area is about the physical body and everything that goes with it, you know, the mind, the heart, the emotions, and also we could say connected to the physical body is the spirit as well. So you can be busy with any of that side of life also. And now Mars, I've mentioned Mars, but just a little bit more about Mars and the Sun. So yes, it's quite a competitive, Mars likes to compete, Mars likes to win, but actually Mars just really, really likes the game as well. And in the area that Mars and the Sun are in, you could be taking a risk, maybe taking a bit of a gamble, because Mars is like that, not very patient, can be quite sort of hasty, and you could feel very much like, it's a now or never moment with any of those things that I listed, in an enterprising way, an investment kind of way, leisure, sports, romance, children. It's sure that you will be more physically in demand, but maybe you have to just put a tiny bit of a break sometimes, and you're good at breaking because you are, of course, a Saturn child. So you know about pacing yourself, and you know about going forward in a step-by-step, safe sort of a way. But I just thought I'd mention it. And whatever's going on, you could feel more in your power. You might even feel more center stage, and that's up until the 12th. And you could be more in touch with your child within. So overall, this is a great time to get active with projects you enjoy, which are rewarding and empowering, and you're more in the mood to invest time and resources on an outside chance as well. Then from the 12th, Mars moves from that area there and goes into the same area as Mercury. So then you are really, really got your mojo on, you're working hard, you're trying to get organized, you're busy, and Mars likes to be dynamic and physical, so maybe practical, hands-on, related to the job or the chores that you have to do, or the maintenance or the repairs or health and fitness. So there you are, doing your diet and exercise, or maybe just getting things, a new broom sweeping clean sort of energy, having a bit of a spring clean and working quite hard at it. Collaborations can be productive and achieve success, but a co-worker or helper may try your patience. So there might be a little bit of sort of toing and froing on that. And by the way, you Capricorns born in the time close to it will be the 4th to the 7th of January, or with 14 to 17 degrees rising, you're going to feel the energy of Pluto very, very strongly at the moment. And also, I just mentioned Uranus as well. Those of you born 7th to 10th of January are going to feel Uranus very strongly in that 17 to 20 degrees rising. So some of you will be getting the two of them at the same time, which has actually been what's been going on since about 2011-12 for the cardinal signs, and you're a cardinal sign. And these are major makeover planets, where the life that you had will transform and transition into the life that is to come, and there will be no going back. And of course, you will take those important parts of yourself with you, but even some parts that you thought were written in stone that you'd never leave behind, you will be leaving behind. So particularly for you Capricorns with Pluto very close to your sun at the moment, there could be a power struggle or two going on during this time as well. Now, from the 8th, by the way, up until the 8th, I should tell you that Venus is very much oiling the wheels. So with all of your deliberations and your efforts, and maybe you very much feeling that you are being of service to others, others will be of service to you. Others will be willing to lend you a helping hand. Very much so, and you feel as though you're right onto it with teamwork, and if it's not obvious to you, then maybe if you've got an appointment to go and see somebody who is a service provider, or a repair person, or somebody's coming to help you out, or whatever it is, in some sort of way, then probably you will be able to get on with that person and have a reasonable interaction with that person or those people. And then from the 8th, Venus moves into even a stronger position, where on the one hand, affairs of the heart will be very much favored, but on the other hand, in a working sense, there is potential there and promise there for a good collaboration good cooperation with others, getting it balanced, getting it harmonious, getting it evened out. So if there's been trouble, then, you know, the hatchet can be buried. You know, that this does actually give the opportunity. Even though Mars is feeling very feisty and there could be power struggles going on, Venus is kind of there in the background, you know, sort of waving a cooling fan over everything and just cooling down hot heads, if it's like that. But you get the idea anyway. And the sun moves from the 21st into the same area, which is very busy, very practical, very hands-on, that Mars is in. So the month starts off with the sun and Mars together in what I call the house of fun, but also the other things that I listed, and then both of them end up together in the more sort of serious, practical, let's get this thing organized and let's get our act together here house, where you could be putting more effort into skilled work or learning skills, figuring stuff out, getting your head around things, you know, dealing with the to-do list, but probably there will be smiles along the way because of the position of Venus in a very, very helpful mood for you. I should mention that also Mars goes across Saturn at the beginning of the third week, which could fleetingly slow you down, put a bit of a damper on things, and you feel as though you're sort of having to carry more, and there might be a dip in your energy. And then also, for your information, the Sun goes across Saturn by opposition in the first half of the last week, resulting in maybe you having to be more serious, take things a lot more seriously, just there, and a dip in confidence, maybe a dip in enthusiasm there. But these are very, very brief transits, but worth a mention. And then your ruling planet Saturn is well, it's Saturn transits are very, very long, but just at the moment,